David in Langhorne on Kilburn Road. So starting in the backyard, I'll run through the property, kind of point out some things that we can do for you, Dave. You let me know if you want me to add or remove any items for when I prepare the estimate. So starting over here, what we could do for you over here, if you wanted very light trimming of your ground cover here, just to kind of get it off of the sidewalk here, you know, kind of edge it along the way, just to clean it up lightly. Lightly prune your bush here, do a very light pruning of the bush back there. Looks like you might have a weed growing through it as well. Pull that out. The ground ivy here, we can leave it alone for the most part, besides the edging portion. Like I said, with the sidewalk, we can do that here a little bit as well, up there a little bit as well. An option if you wanted. I'll leave it out because it's not too bad and it's hot, but if you want to, we can also take the string trimmer kind of over it and give it a little bit of a manicured look, just to clean up some of the stragglers and things of that sort. We can do that across all the ground cover. I'm going to leave it out of the estimate if I don't hear from you, but if you want me to add that in, let me know. Don't see too many weeds really popping through, maybe one or two here or there, but we can pull those out, including the estimate. So back to the trimming and pruning. So pruning that lightly, a light prune of that, more like a shape, light pruning and shape of this here. Most of this looks good back here. Move it along here. Everything here looks pretty good. We could maybe edge out your ivy for you. We could do a very light prune just to kind of give separation between these three shrubs back here. You know, basically just cut a little bit here in between them. I'll leave trimming of this out. If you want me to add that in, we can trim and shape that up too. We can kind of like trim it back to give it a little more of a flush level look. We can clean up this dormant dead stuff for you, put that in the estimate. Moving here, any weeds we see in the bed, they look pretty good for the most part. But we'll pull anything that we see when we come out. Handful of small ones kind of poking through that I see. We can clean them up. Any sticks or debris, again, not much, but we can take care of those for you. Leave this area alone in the back. Here we can lightly prune and kind of shape this up, so all your new kind of growth coming through, we can kind of shape that up for you and prune it. I'll leave this one out, but let me know if you want me to add this one in. Most of this looks, I think, pretty good. Probably don't want to get too far into trimming any of this. I'll leave all of this alone. Let me know if you want to add any of that into it. So this side looks okay. Moving back over to here. So we can lightly prune that. Looks like you got a weed coming through. We can pull that out and give it a light prune. Don't want to go too dramatic with the heat, with anything, but you can lightly prune up back here. Lightly prune and shape this up. Light pruning and shaping of this plant here. That's the other ones I would probably leave alone. So that covers the majority of the backyard. Just let me know if any of that you wanted to remove, and I'll run to the front. Lightly prune and shape this. Lightly prune and shape that. Prune and shape. Prune and shape. Prune and shape that. Lightly prune and shape this. Ground ivy here, what I would say is kind of similar to the backyard. We can edge it out, kind of get it off of your pavers here, off of the walkway, and kind of clean that back. Here I'll price it for you that we'll do the light kind of string trimming of basically the high growth stuff. We can lightly trim it back for you to give it that flush kind of manicured look. Lightly pruning and shape of that. Light pruning and shape of that. Walk over here yet. Everything over here I think looks okay. And then same with the ground cover here. Kind of edge it out to get it off of your driveway a little bit, and then lightly manicure the top of it. And that's what I can price you out on. Again, let me know if you want me to add or remove anything. I'll also get you a price for weekly mowing. Thanks so much, Dave.